Welcome to today's abstract journey. What you're looking at is a bold fusion of colors and shapes, an expression of chaos meeting harmony. This piece is called Rhythms of Color, the Abstract Symphony. In the next 15 minutes, I will walk you through how this piece was created, from the very first splash of color to the final strokes that bring it all together. Every abstract artwork begins with an idea, a vision of how different elements will collide and interact. For this piece, the inspiration came from music, where each color and form represents a different instrument or note. I wanted the piece to feel as though it has a rhythm of its own, guiding your eyes from one part of the canvas to another. The first element I added were bold geometric shapes. These large red and purple circles serve as the foundation, representing the bassline of this artwork symphony. I used a basic shape tool, but you can see I've intentionally left the edges soft, almost blending into the background, to give it an ethereal feel. Notice the variation in the size of the circles. This creates depth and movement, ensuring that the viewer's eye doesn't get stuck in one area but instead continues to explore. After setting the foundation, I introduced chaos in the form of black ink splatters. This is where the artwork starts to take on a life of its own. These splatters symbolize moments of improvisation in music, those unpredictable bursts of sound that surprise you. Here, I used a digital brush tool with randomized settings to achieve this effect, but when working on canvas, you can achieve a similar look by flicking ink with a brush. Once the chaos was set, I brought order back into the composition with these white, web-like lines. They represent the interconnectedness of all the elements. Just like in music, where each note plays a role in the larger composition, these lines act as the thread tying the whole piece together. This part of the process is all about balance. I had to ensure the lines were not overwhelming but instead guided the eye around the canvas. Next, I introduced warm tones, shades of orange and yellow, into the mix. These colors are like highlights, adding a sense of light and warmth to the artwork. They give the piece an underlying energy, balancing the darker tones of black and gray. You'll notice that I didn't apply the color directly onto the shapes or lines but allowed them to flow organically, blending into the background like echoes in the composition. And here we are, the final composition. Rhythms of Color is complete. It's a piece that, much like music, tells a story of rhythm, improvisation, and harmony. The bold geometric shapes and the chaotic splatters balance each other out, while the lines and colors bring everything together into a cohesive whole. Thank you for joining me on this creative journey. If you enjoyed this process, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more abstract art breakdowns and tutorials. Until next time, keep creating, keep exploring.